Sup? Alright, so it's Gaming Criticizer right back here. Sometimes you can call me JT, sometimes you can call me Gaming Criticizer right there. So cheers. I didn't have my drink. Crap, I gotta do it with the drink. Okay, so like I said in the last video, or the next video, depending on how long this video is and when the last video that I recorded came or is gonna come out and yada yada yada. So what I was talking about was the multiverse paradox, where where I have two universes that are the same but different. Okay, so what I was saying was that in the original universe, before I got WWE 2K or WWE 2K, what is my problem? WWE 12. Uh, what other game was it? Before I got WWE 2K16, when I still had 2K18, that was part of the paradox, but it wasn't. Even though it's not, but it will be. I will do an updated version in a couple of years when I have my own house, have my own Xbox and PS4. The Xbox will have the original universe. The PS4 will have the alternate universe, and then if I have a PC, I will have a third universe where I just play just different sports each year, like one like I may have like different things, like one things like I'm multi-time WWE Hall of Famer or multi-time baseball Hall of Famer or several time Lombardi Trophy winner. Like I have like 28 Super Bowl wins or some crazy thing like that. Yeah. A little bit more about me. In the sports world, if it's not wrestling, I go by my real name. My initials are JT. I'm not going to tell you anymore. I'm not going to tell you who else I am or what else. Okay? Now, I would load up 2K19 for you, but since I'm still waiting on the last video that I recorded to get up, I don't want to do that. Have this go up first, and then that one. Even though I had already explained the multiverse paradox theory that I have going. It's not really a theory, it's more of what's actually going on. But like I said, the original is WWE 12. I stayed with WWE for 2 years. So, in retrospect, in 2011 and 2012. So, for WWE 12 and WWE 13. Then I leave the WWE, go to NASCAR for their season year-ish. Then I leave NASCAR, go to the NFL the next year, right? I stay in the NFL for 2 years, okay? I go back to the WWE for a year. And then what else happens? Then I leave without any sports, but the updated one I will have WWE 2K18, where I stay in the WWE for like for 4 years, which is where 2K20 is. So right now, that will be happening. 2K20 might be my last sports year in the sports world before I just stop it. I can't go from 2011 to like I could probably go from 2011 to 2169. Who cares? Okay, I could be like 300 years old and still be flying around dropping elbow drops on people. Okay, flying around, pads and helmet, swinging the bats, throwing baseballs, or driving cars around, turning lefts, 300 laps. But, no. I I'm pretty sure I might actually do the year, the game year on the cover 2026. Because 2025 is when I graduate. I'm not going to tell you what. I'm just going to say when I graduate. If I can think middle school, high school, college, who cares? Probably not college, oh my god. If I'm still doing that in college, then I might just do just a whole series of just NCAA for how many years I am in college. If I just go into college, spend like 2 years in college, right? I'll do 2 NCAA years. Now it's mostly just gonna be football because I can't do NBA. Anyway, what else was there in the original? Oh yeah, so in the cover year of 2026, when I'll actually stop and just say, you know what, I'm hanging up the towel and I'm gonna stop. The two main sports that I'll be doing is baseball, wrestling, and football. Now those don't really tag well together because football and baseball seasons are at the same time. I don't know. They might be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know these things. But if I do look them up, I will definitely post a video about like a couple seconds long, like at least 3 seconds long, saying this and that, blah blah blah. My neck is like fat, and it's like every time I do this, it feels weird. I'm gonna have to like do this all the time. But anyway, yeah. What else was I saying? Yeah, I might have one paradox where I just stay in wrestling. I don't go anywhere else. I just stay in wrestling until until either they bring back the repetitious career mode, or they stick with the story driven story mode that we first got in 2K19, that we have never gotten in a WWE game before, other than I mean I guess we had a story driven one in W12 and in WWE 13, but that was more the Attitude Era. 2K14, it didn't have a career mode. The alternative mode and just making your dream matches are WrestleMania, or in the WrestleMania matches. Some WrestleManias had one, some WrestleManias had two matches. As far as I've played until WrestleMania 2000. Yeah, 2000. The year 2000. Yet there has never been 2000 WrestleManias yet. That will come, okay? But WrestleMania, the year 2000. So it'll actually say WrestleMania 2000 instead of saying, it was 1999. That was, crap, I can't remember what year that was. Was it, I'm scratching my arm. That was, I can't remember what year that was. Or what WrestleMania that was. So if it's 36 now, well, soon will be 36. I have a gigantic pimple. I don't want to gross y'all out, but that is ow. I poked myself in the eye. Ow. There's like a gigantic pimple right there. So kind of right where, it's kind of like a bump. Yeah, puberty's hit me hard. I'm trying not to gross anybody out. I'm sorry. Don't leave, please. Let's see here. Yeah. And then in the second universe, in Madden 20, I'm going to stay with football until the cover year of 2026, which then is going to be based in 2025. So that what all will happen. I'm not going to go into theory of what's going to happen or whatever. The long shot story mode has nothing to do. So basically, 2K18 or Madden 18, Madden 19, not even included in the world in both paradoxes. Nope, not even gonna happen because they have a story mode, but yet it's based off of a different person, and since connected franchises basically a connected franchise is basically your career mode without having all the long cutscenes and bleh, with it. Yeah, connected franchise is basically your career mode, but it's just game after game after game, and then the Super Bowl, and if you win the Super Bowl, you get a Lombardi Trophy with that team. Now, sadly, eventually, the years will go back. Okay, instead of starting at 12, the years will go back. Eventually, I may not actually do like a story, but I will have my character or me in the game. I'll just create them, finisher move or like moveset, entrance, and obviously the character, in the game. But I won't actually be involved because my story didn't actually start until W12. So, maybe Madden 11. That might actually be the start. Yeah, that might actually be the start of it. Um, I don't know. It's gotten to the point where we haven't like seen like a person kind of develop like mine has. I will post a video. It's going to be a two-parter. One of them is going to be the 360 games, mostly W12, W13, 2K17, or NASCAR 14, Madden 15, W2K6 or 17 rather, and then that's the top of that. Then the second part will be the Xbox One games, which is Madden 16, WWE2K16, and then 2K19. I've already done the career mode, so that's why you don't really see me unlock really anything. Once I do that two-part series, I might actually have um, another account on my Xbox personally for that reason for my YouTube. The other one is going to be for just messing around, kind of creating something, see if it works, and then I will create it again in the other one. If it doesn't work and it just seems just random and I don't like it, then I will delete it or I will keep it on that game, on that profile, but I won't have it on the other one. And how it kind of works, yet you will still have that game on both profiles, but you won't have the same saves or save amounts if you have two saves. If you have two profiles, which is going to be difficult for the Xbox players. Don't judge me. I am not Xbox only pleb. Okay, I like both PS4 and Xbox One. I played them both. PS4 controller design, not bad. It's a little weird having both the sticks down like this. Or like, okay, so, okay, so I really like the Xbox controller like this, where your left thumb is right here, and your right thumb is right here, and then your index fingers are on your triggers, and if you want to do the bumpers, your middle finger is on the trigger, and then your index finger is on your bumpers. And of course, you can also use your thumbs for the buttons, and then your other thumb for the D-pad. And obviously, you can also press the start and back button, and then of course the home button. Um, and then you can plug your mic and then your little like thing without having to actually like use the thing. And of course, to plug in like a bigger mic or to plug in like mic settings without actually having those on the mic, which is actually better if you have them on the mic. Ranting. I don't have a PS4 controller because I just don't have one. The button layout is a lot like this. It is a lot like this, where ABXY is the like it is in the exact same place that the X square triangle circle is. Wrong order. So where B is where circle is. Where A is where X is. Where X is where the blue X is where square is, and then where Y is triangle. Now A is also X. Now X on here can also be misinterpreted for the PlayStation X. These buttons, or the PlayStation buttons, are as shiny as these. These are kind of like if you look at them like at a different angle, they kind of like go like around the button. Whereas PlayStation, they're pretty much just like engraved into the controller. Like maybe no, they're just painted on. But then where the left stick is on the controller, if my life will get itself together, that's where the D-pad is. And then where the Xbox D-pad is where the left stick is. And then the right stick doesn't go anywhere. The home button is right in between your right stick and your left stick. And with the new DualShock, not really new, but with the DualShock controllers, they have like this speaker touchpad right where the Xbox home button is. The old controller, the old PlayStation controller, I can't really remember what it looks like. Oh, and also they have like a light up thing. If you play a lot of GTA, the light up thing where my battery is, it'll actually light up red and blue if you have the cops on you, and then it'll light up different colors depending on what you're doing in the game. For online, I think it's like a goldish orange. It seems more orange than gold. For the actual like characters, I have no idea. I have what else? Yeah, and then the PC is like a third universe where I don't transition in sports, where I'll just stick with wrestling, or I'll stick with football, or I'll stick with baseball. Or basically, I have all the football, wrestling, and baseball games, and I'll just stick with that. Or I just have a unlimited age, and I just go right from, you know, the good days of games, which is like the 90s. And of course, the 80s are good days too. Now, the glory days are like the 90s. Now it's much where they're getting more realistic. There's a lot of 4K graphics now. This was supposed to be about me and the multiverse parody or paradox. It went from that to controller looks to or like right back to the theory or what's going on, and nothing compares to me. Like, oh my god, if you see me being like sassy and all that, don't judge me. Do not judge me. Anyway, I'm sorry to abuse you. I'm sorry to abuse you. Anyway, um oh, the second paradox is a little bit different. I didn't actually go into the second one. The second one is a lot like the first one, but different in areas. Instead of Dota 12, it's actually Major League Baseball 2K12. Then I start my wrestling career in 2012 or in WWE 13. Go to NASCAR, do football, Then I leave football, come back to the WWE for being gone for 3 years, and then I stick with the WWE. And then I don't go into sports at all, but eventually I will. I'll go back into wrestling or baseball. Probably wrestling. Or no, baseball for this universe, wrestling for the original, because I had WWE 2K18 first. And then I go back to wrestling in 2K19. And then in the alternate, I go back to football for Madden 20. And then for this universe, I stick with Madden. And then the original universe Paradox, I stick with wrestling until the year-ish that I graduate. Alrighty, that has been a wonderful video. Long one, almost 20, or almost 21 minutes. Alright, 21 minutes has passed. So I'll see ya laters.